the next part of Book Uncle and Me. I want to remind you that if at any point I'm going too fast, feel free to pause. You can also change the speed on the YouTube video. And if for whatever reason you don't want to hear me read it to you, you can just mute the video and read along inside of your head. It's totally okay. I promise my feelings won't get hurt. I hope you're enjoying the book. I know I am. So let's go and find out what happens next. Book Uncle and Me, Chapter 14, Riddles. The afternoon goes by, and I'm getting more and more confused. When I get home, I try not to look at the corner of St. Mary's Road and First Cross Street, because I know how empty it will be. I do look, and it is worse, much worse than I imagined. No book, Uncle. No books. It makes my heart hurt. I do my homework, then I walk around the house. I try to read the karate book, but the words swim before my eyes. There will be no new book tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. My dream of one book a day has gone down the drain. Jasmine, come and have dinner, says Uma. Chicken biryani with lime pickle. I love biryani, but today, not even chicken biryani with lime pickle will help. I circle the dining table, circle it again. I can't make myself sit down. Jasmine, Wappa says, why are you prowling around like a tiger in a cage? I fall into my chair and it all comes spilling out. I tell them about Rini's father losing his job and her parents fighting and how bad I feel about being mean to Rini and what can I possibly do now? They look at each other. Oh dear, Uma says. Oh dear? Is that all? Sometimes grown-ups can be very disappointing. Wappa makes a cocoon with his hands. He rests his chin on top of it and looks at his biryani. As the Pur says, he begins. Ever since he did some research and discovered that we are distantly related to an 18th century Tamil Sufi saint, very distantly, Uma says, Wappa deals with all challenges, big and small, by trying to channel Pir Baba. I groan. Jasmine, Uma warns. She turns to my father as if she really wants to know what the Pir says. Wappa puts on his best Pir talking look. Pir Baba says, a loving disposition towards one's neighbor lightens the hearts as wings. How about that, my Minu? I give up. Why do grown-ups always speak in riddles? Go to sleep early today, Uma says, because you know who will be here at the break of day. Nadira, Wappa says to Uma, but he's looking at me. What? Says Uma. You think Jasmine doesn't know that your big brother's a bully and a petty tyrant and wants us all to go live in the village and doesn't like the fact that I have a college degree? Wappa sighs and rubs his forehead. I can see he already has a headache coming on. I go to sleep that night and dream of the doves in Book Uncle's book. Caught in a net, the doves all fly up in the air together. They carry the net with them. And the hunter? Well, he runs on the ground as fast as he can, but he can't catch up with them. So, after a while, he stops trying. In the end, the doves find a safe place to land. They ask a friendly mole to chew through the net so they can wriggle free. I wake up and find that my teeth are chewing away on nothing. This is not a good feeling, because what is the use of busy teeth when your mouth is empty? 15. Not bad? Thud, thump, crash! That is more than the day breaking. It is Rafiq Uncle. I ran out of my room to see what's going on. Rafiq Uncle's baggage, it seems, got dropped on the floor. That's why he's now yelling at the Istris lady's son, Selvaraj. What do you think this is, a sack of onions? That suitcase costs money, my boy, money! Selvaraj is straining up the suitcase and trying to dust it off. He's trying to say it was a mistake and he's sorry, but no one can get a word in once Rafiq Uncle gets going. Oh, Jasmine, is it? Rafiq Uncle says, turning his attention to me. Selvaraj makes a quick getaway, grabbing the rupee notes that Uma slips him to make up for my uncle's rudeness. Wappa takes his big brother's bags into the extra bedroom. Uma puts out breakfast. I get a lecture on the evils of living in the big city. Uma has made putu for breakfast, which I love, love, love for its grated coconut and soft steamed morsels of rice that melt in your mouth. We eat for a while in grateful silence. Even Rafiq uncle is silenced by the dreaminess of that putu. Soon the big plate is down to one last piece. Rafiq uncle and I both stretch out our hands at the same time. I meet his eyes. He opens his mouth. You have it, uncle, I say quickly. I have to go to school. He snaps his lips shut, as if he is disappointed that he can't scold me for being greedy. As I put my plate in the sink and wash my hands, I hear him saying, through his last mouthful of putu, Not bad, Nadira, not bad at all. Not bad? My Uma makes the best putu in the whole world. Now I wish I had grabbed that last piece. Rafiq uncle doesn't deserve it. 16. 10 whole words. I am hurrying down the stairs, happy to be away from my bad-tempered uncle. I'm almost all the way to the ground floor when I hear someone huffing and puffing up the stairwell. It is China Abdul Sahib of 2B. He's carrying a big box. He's breathing heavily. He's rounding the corner and now we are face to face. Oh no! The box slips. I grab it at it double quick so it doesn't fall. It is heavy. I brace myself so I can hold it up. It would be terrible if I let it fall. From his face, I am sure it contains something very precious, possibly a drum. China Abdul Sahib nods twice. I take that to mean, thank you, and will you help me carry this box? Funny how I know exactly what he means even when he says nothing, while my uncle uses 100 words, and I can't find much meaning in anything he says. I hold one end of the box with my two hands. China Abdul Sahib holds the other end. I walk up the stairs, backwards, and he comes up after me. Step by step by step. There. We put the box down carefully outside 2B. Then China Abdul Sahib pulls out a bunch of jingly keys and opens his door. I help him lift the box over the threshold and place it on the floor. Is that one of your drums? I ask. He scratches his beard. He stares at the wall. Then, you want to see? He says. You could knock me down with a feather, which means that I am very surprised. In all the time that I have seen China Abdul Sahib coming and going, I don't think I have ever heard him speak a single word. He opens up the box. I take a peek. I was right. It is a drum, a giant pop drum. What's that? I point to the shiny flecks showing through the clay. Brass, he says, for a ringing sound. They make this clay pot with a bit of brass? This is one thing I have never come across in a book. He knocks on the pot with his knuckles. It rings. It sings. It has a voice all its own. I can see what China Abdul Sahib does not need to say much. His Gatan does all the talking. A clock strikes from somewhere inside the flat. 8 o'clock. I have to go, I say. I don't want to miss my bus. Very kind of you, he calls after me, to help me with my drum. That is 10 whole words he's used up just for me. 17. Number problems. After school, Anil gets off the bus with me at Horizon Apartment Flats. His mother has a meeting, so he can't be home when he gets back from school. His auntie, who lives with them, has gone out of town for a few days. Anil does not think he needs a grown-up around to keep an eye on him, but his mother disagrees. So here he is, coming home with me where Uma is in charge. I have an idea, I tell Anil. What? I am all ready to throw our bags down and get a snack and then head out of the flat to carry out my great idea, which is all about being someone and doing something. Uma insists, homework first. We get to work. We have no choice. Soon, there is no sound from us but rustling pages and scratching pencils. We finish our history homework. Then Hindi. We finish reading our Hindi pages and then we have to answer questions about them. I decide that I like Hindi, with its lines on top so the letters hang down like rows of election campaign flags. My lines and strokes don't always come out even, but I like doing them anyway. Anil is wriggly, but soon he says he's done too. That leaves a page of number problems between us and my plan. Ready? We work on these together. There is no sign between the numbers. Plus, minus, times, divide. We have to fill them in. Go, says Anil. 50? Question mark 32 equals 18. Minus, I say. Anil, your turn. 88 question mark 22 equals 110. Times? Anil says. No, pay attention. I am paying attention. He looks again. Oh, plus. Back and forth we go. Anil gets a few wrong, and then a few more. Sometimes he seems to make wild guesses. Maybe he's just fed up. I know the feeling. Then, hooray! We get to the end of the number problems. Want to go downstairs, I say? Hee-ya! Says Anil, leaping up in joy. We tell Uma we're going out. Come before it gets dark, she says. Okay, Uma, I say. Okay, Auntie, Anil says. Uma hugs us both at the door, which makes Anil do a quick block punch. Be careful, Warrior Anil, says Uma, and he grins. Anil wants to know what we're going to do. Wait, I tell him, just wait. Are you going to call Remy? He says. I nod. Yes, that's part of the plan.